Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today I'm going to be showing a project share of two laminated notebooks that I created, and both of them are coffee themed. I ended up using two different paper packs and I kind of just wanted to show you essentially how I put them together, what I started with, how I put them together, and the two paper packs that I used. So the first one I'll show you, this is actually from an Echo Park collection, and it's simply just called Coffee. I think this is a couple years old. I can't remember how old this one is. They do have a 2018, so it's even more than just a couple years old, from 2018, but I bought it, I think, last year, maybe even the year before. It's a really cute, vibrant coffee shop kind of a paper pack. They do have a newer one available as well, but I went ahead with this one. I'm just trying to kind of use up some of my scraps. Like most of their collections, they do come with quite a few cut apart pages, which I did use in here, and then a sticker sheet, which I really didn't use a lot of stickers on here, but I do plan on making some more items as well, so I will just use that. I'll use the stickers at that time. With both of these, I did add the pen paper clip, which I really do love these. Again, you can get them either on Amazon or Temu, or I'm sure AliExpress, or probably all over the internet at this point. They're just really cute paper clips that can kind of be attached to just about anything. So I'll just get all of this out of the way. Essentially, what I start with is one of these little notebooks. So I got these notebooks on Walmart.com, and it came with a whole bunch in a pack, and I will link that. I've linked it in my other videos as well. And essentially, it's just, paper. It's not the thickest paper in the world, but you can definitely write and draw and doodle on it. And then it comes with colored covers. This is a thicker sheet of paper. All I do is remove these staples and then take out these cut apart papers, and I use that inside of my notebook. I kept these to use on a different project, but I don't actually use these colored sheets in any of my projects. And essentially, I just measure how wide this is and go from there with my paper. I do believe, I'm not sure if I have it written down. I'll put it in the description below, but I think the outside sheet is 9.5 by 5 3/4, and I do actually have where I could measure this. Let's see here. The outside cover, if I get this the right way, here we go. The outside cover itself is 9 inches by 5 3/4. And that is before the laminating sheet. So with the laminating sheet, I think you can tell I leave a little bit of an edging. So the cover paper I cut out at 9 by 5 3/4. And then the inside pages I cut at 8.5 by 5.5. So for this particular one, I did round all the edges. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of go to the front again. I used one of the cut aparts for the title, and then just backed it on some paper and then some glitter paper that I had. I did buy some charms off of Amazon that were coffee themed. These are really cute and pretty and inexpensive. They come with a whole bunch. So you get like a yellow cup, a white cup, this tiny little coffee cup, and some coffee beans. So you get a whole bunch of them, and they come in all of those. And they're good quality charms. They're nice hard metal. Will definitely last. I also ordered these cute little cups and then decided that they were way too big for this particular project. I think I can probably use them on something else. If not, I'm sure, I love coffee, and I'll figure out a way to kind of decorate. But they do have really cute little decorations, or, like the foam is shaped as hearts. So I thought that was really cute. I just thought it hanging on here was almost too big and bulky, but it would probably be really cute if I make a mini album and kind of hang it off of a dangle or something like that. So I'm definitely not going to not use them, but they're too big for this particular project. And then I did buy these as well. So these are actually intended for pens. So you can see they have a hole right there, and then they have a hole on the top as well. So these are intended for the pens that everyone seems to be making, or at least they were making them last year. And I just decided to glue it on a paper clip. But so this one, all I did was cut out a couple of these cut aparts. And then I ended up, I didn't want to waste the laminating sheets. So when I laminate this, you know, it's an 8.5 by 11 laminating sheet. I put it in this way. So then I put it in this way because it's too wide the other way. So I put it in this way. So there's a bunch of room here and here on the laminated sheet. So I didn't want to waste it. So I ended up making bookmarks, and I just laminated some of the cut aparts, and really it's just a laminated cut apart, but I didn't want to waste the laminated sheet, so I figured I might as well do something with it. This one, I left this cover kind of plain, but really what I do when I take out these staples is I count 4 pages and then add a sheet of paper. So this is the first one. And then I added a pocket on the side of all of them and just one of these cut aparts. And this is just paper from the collection. And then it's got the 4 sheets and then another pattern paper. This side's got the pocket, the little cut apart, 4 more sheets, more of the pretty pattern paper. And right here, a cut apart. And I was kind of just using up what I had. So even though this doesn't go the right direction, it's still kind of cute. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could, you know, put it that way. And you could obviously add photos to this. You could put a piece of white piece of paper over that. It could just be a fun decoration. I mean, whoever gets this will be able to do whatever they want with it. And then this is that paper clip. Literally all I did was take a paper clip and hot glue that little coffee cup on it. And then I'll actually adjust that. Another piece of that pretty pattern paper. What I really liked about this particular collection, it was very coffee themed, but also kind of bakery themed. So it's 2 things that are what I absolutely love. And then all the middle have the like pocket page, I guess, or the folder page. So all I did was take a 4x4 square and cut it in half, essentially, to make the pockets, and just kind of glued down the sides, and then added a few stickers, and then I just made tags. And these are just tags from, I think I got them off Temu a long time ago, but it's just a simple basic tag set. And I just wanted to make sure that I had different pattern paper for all of them. This particular tag does have that fun little faux stitching, so that's kind of the only thing that's on there. And then it just repeats, so same thing. The other sides have a pocket as well, and the same little cut apart. And then on the back, I cut out 2 more of these cut aparts, and I rounded the corners. I added a laminated little cut apart, and then here is the bookmark. So the bookmarks I just kind of are kept pretty plain. It's literally just a piece of paper that I laminated and then added the little tassel to. So I didn't add any stamping to it or any stickers or anything. I could have. Looking back, I probably could have, but I just wanted to, again, to use up the laminated sheet. And both of these just tie, so it's just some ribbon from my stash that I thought went well with it. And again, the paper clip just kind of goes on, so they can either put it on there, move it around wherever, whatever they see fit. And then here is the second one. This was using paper from Stampin' Up from, I'm not even sure how long ago. It was a coffee themed one. I do still have a few sheets left. Like I got a few full sheets left, so I can easily make either some scrapbook pages or a card or something with it. And then I got a bunch of little scraps as well. So I was able to use up a good amount of it, but obviously not the whole thing. So one of these is actually going to be a gift for my daughter's teacher because she loves coffee as well. And I wanted to use both collections and kind of figure out which one I should give to her. But this is really set up the exact same way. The difference is obviously the paper. And then with this one, I added 2 little charms because these charms seem to be a little smaller, especially that cute little coffee cup. It's actually smaller than the bean itself. So I added 2 of them on here, plus the little cup kind of matched this cup on here. So this cup is actually a stamp and die from this particular stamp set. So Coffee Cafe, I used the top and the bottom base, and then the inside sentiment is actually from Echo Park, and this says, "First I drink the coffee, then I do the things." I'll just take that off so I can kind of fold it flat. So this one, since it was Stampin' Up paper, it didn't come with cut-aparts. I know now Stampin' Up, ever since the merge with Close to My Heart, they're going to carry a lot more scrapbooking workshops, just like Close to My Heart did. So there might be some cut-aparts in there, but this is an older collection, so there were no cut-aparts. So I kind of had to make my own. And then again, not wanting to waste that area that I had the leftover laminating sheets, I just actually went ahead and stamped out some of these. And these stamps are from a different stamp set. And this stamp set is called Latte Love. And so I cut out some of the cups and I laminated them and then just cut them out with the dies that match with this as well. So they're just kind of little laminated coffee cups. They're kind of cute. And then I just used some of the paper to make my own cut-aparts. They don't have any saying on them, but it's just, you know, an added pretty pattern paper. This one I decided to not round the corners, and I'm not sure. I kind of like the rounding. I don't know. I'm kind of okay with both, actually. For this particular project, I like the rounded edge, but I'm okay with the non-rounded edge, if that makes any sense. But I decided to do them 2 different ways just to see what I would like more. And again, just the 4 pages in the middle. Or is it 3 pages? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 3 pages and then a sheet of paper and then the cut apart. And then the same thing, I just glued that coffee cup onto a paper clip. I'll just get that moved over. And each little page, they have a different pocket and then they have a different cut apart. And then 1, 2, 3. Yep, so it is 3. So you end up having an extra 3 left over when I take this apart. And essentially, it's because I need it to be the same thickness with the pattern paper added into it. So I could just staple it again. Because I just staple mine shut. I don't do the sewing method. I just do the stapling. And I use this kind of a stapler, the long arm stapler. Fairly certain I got this off of Amazon a couple of years ago. It fits perfectly in here. And this is as big as it can get. It will not be able to hold any more paper. So I actually end up taking out 3 sheets of paper and then adding the pattern paper. So it all kind of works out to be the same thickness. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of pattern paper, and I take out some of the paper as well. So this is that middle pocket, and I did fussy cut out some of these pieces. So again, there wasn't sticker sheets in this, there wasn't any ephemera, there wasn't any cut aparts. So I just kind of used the paper that I had and used that for the decoration. I did use and punch here, and then that little cutout of that little coffee cup there as well. That was about the only decoration I did for those pages. But it was the same thing. I used the same tags. These ones I decided to keep just cardstock and then use some of the pattern paper. And then it just kind of repeats itself. Same thing, same little cut apart. which the recipient can either switch them up, move them around, you know, do what they want with them. But since it is a collection, it does all go together and it's really cute. And it definitely has kind of the Starbucks colors to it with the browns and the green. And then this one too, I have 2 of those cups that I ended up laminating. So I used those, a little cut apart sheet, and then the bookmark. And again, just kept it plain. I could have probably stamped something or maybe added a sticker, but I kind of wanted to keep it where I just used most of just the paper, just to kind of use up the paper. So here are the 2 coffee themed laminated notebooks that I created. I hope these are inspiring you. And if you guys do want an actual walkthrough tutorial on how I create these, how I actually take these apart, how I, you know, cut out the paper, how I decide what papers I'm going to use. If you want an actual tutorial, I can definitely do that as well. These are super easy to make, very quick to make, and the lamination is very minimal. The laminating is just the cover, and again, you know, not to waste anything, I ended up making the bookmarks as well, and a couple of the laminated little cut aparts. But other than, it's not a lot of lamination. And then the only thing that needs to get done after you laminate, so you put the pocket on first and then you laminate and then you cut the pocket open. Excuse me. And you can have the pocket either this way or you could have it on an angle. And then, excuse me. The other thing I did was add a little eyelet right there, just because you're going to be tying and untying this, so it'll be a lot easier reinforced with that little eyelet. Other than that, these come together really simply. And again, if you don't make them any thicker than what the original book is, including the cover and the pocket and all of the other pieces of paper for their kind of covers for the sections, then it's really simple to just use that staple, and it's definitely held together, and it will definitely last the opening and shutting. So it was just there. It's a really fun, quick project, makes really good teacher's gifts. These are small enough where they can easily fit them in a bag or a purse, jot down notes, and you can obviously customize them to any event or any topic. And I do plan on making some for like gratitude type journals, and then some Christmas themed ones. I've already made some other fall and Halloween ones too, but I wanted to use up this really cute coffee themed paper packs that I have had. So thank you so much for joining me. Happy crafting, everyone, and I will see you all next time.